you ready? Former NXT champion. Former first ever Universal champion. Wait for it.
Today.
How are we doing? Good.
That was a weird entrance.
It was. I gave you a runway, so if you wanted to slink and stuff, you could have.
The lights were too high.
Yeah, the lights were high. The lighting was all wrong for that entrance, I guess. But how are we doing?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Good, good. We got a line in here.
Oh, wow.
You got get started?
What was your? I don't think the mic's on.
Okay.
It's okay, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
What was your favorite Lego set to build?
Oh, I got one of the pirate ships that has like red and white sails, and I just like all the different color pieces. And then the base of the ship is brown. And there's like a little tiny hidden chest inside with all the jewels, like inside this little tiny room at the bottom of the ship. So I think that's my favorite one.
Still working on it.
Who is your favorite female superstar from both Raw and SmackDown?
That's a hard question. Can I pick one from each? I think from SmackDown would be Becky Lynch. Obviously, myself and Becky go back a long way, back to Ireland, and she's doing incredible stuff right now. And if I have to pick anyone on Raw, it would definitely be Bailey from what we went through at NXT.
I do have a question with you and Becky. I got to talk to Becky before, and I asked her about her accent. And she said when she gets excited in the ring and she starts to talk really fast, her accent gets very thick and it's hard to understand. Do you have a similar issue, or is it something that you try not to
I'm not sure. I've been away from Ireland now for about 11 years, so I think my accent's got watered down a little bit.
Okay.
But definitely when I go home with the parents or I'm at the pub with the brothers, it definitely thickens up a little bit, you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Who inspired you to become a wrestler?
There wasn't one particular person that inspired me to be a wrestler. I just loved it as a kid growing up, and I thought that I had to try it. But one person that I seen do it and thought, well, if he can do it, there's no real reason why I can't do it. Just because we were kind of the same size well, I thought we were the same size, but really it's a lot bigger than I expected. Was 1-2-3 Kid, X-Pac. So you know, it was the land of the Giants back then, and he was kind of this, you know, rookie young kid, and I thought, well, if 1-2-3 Kid can do it, I can too.
What was it like winning the NXT champion in Osaka, Japan?
It was actually Tokyo, Japan.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that was one of the coolest nights of my life, man. Obviously, I had a long history in that building with New Japan, wrestling there. I had my first New Japan experience in that building, and I actually had my final farewell New Japan match in that building. So, like, when I said all the farewells to all my friends in Japan, it was actually right there, and I thought like that I'd probably never go back. And then, like, fast forward a year, and I came back with WWE with someone who I became very good friends with, Kevin Owens, to get to wrestle in that same building that I had such a big history in. So that was a real kind of full circle moment in my life, my career, and it's a night that I hold very special.
Very recently, it's been all over social media. A lot of the WWE stars tweeted things that they were watching Wrestle Kingdom 11. Did you pay attention to that at all with your history there?
Everyone always asks me, you know, do you keep up with New Japan? And do you keep up with the independent wrestling and stuff like that? And I gotta be honest and say that I have not watched one New Japan match since I left.
It's just clean break of it all?
So I have this weird philosophy that even by watching something, even if I don't mean to be influenced by it, I'm gonna be subconsciously influenced by what I'm seeing.
Okay.
And I feel like that I don't want to wrestle like anyone else.
Mm.
So if I'm watching everyone else wrestle, even if I'm not intentionally like getting ideas or picking things from their matches and doing them in mine, it subconsciously, on a subconscious level, what you see becomes the norm, and what you consider to be the norm is what you're going to perform as in the ring. So I don't want to.
Wow.
I don't want to kind of dilute my ideas with anyone else's.
Okay.
Where did the French freeze come from?
Okay, well, that's a big secret, but I guess I'll let you in. I have a very good friend from Progress Wrestling in the UK called Glenn Robinson, and he was over visiting me in Orlando, and we went to the Kennedy Space Center one Sunday morning, and we were feeling a little bit worse for wear on a Sunday morning, and I stood beside the NASA like big globe at the Kennedy Space Center, and he said, "Pose like a spaceman." And, I said, "I don't know what a spaceman does, and I just done that." So, so that's where it came from.
Why did you want to become a WWE superstar?
Well, I wanted to become a WWE superstar because in this industry in pro wrestling, the WWE is at the very top, and I think it's important that you challenge yourself to the absolute max. And although I was having a great time on the independents and in Japan, I wanted to push myself to the limits and really test myself against the best people in the world, and I consider that to be WWE and the talent that's in WWE.
If you could pick one WWE superstar, who would it be to be your tag team
It's a hard question because I've more people that I want to fight against and fight alongside. Can I pick 2 tag team partners? So, I'm a huge fan of 2 guys in NXT called the Authors of Pain. Yeah. And I know you guys all think I'm crazy, but I'm pretty sure that if they were stood in the same corner as me, I'm not going to get in any trouble.
It's a fantastic way to look at it. Yeah.
What was your favorite sport other than wrestling?
Well, what we call football is actually soccer. And, I was watching some soccer at the hotel.
Can somebody help me?
When are you going to come back to WWE?
Oh, so that's the big question. So I'm gonna.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Where's Raw tomorrow?
Here?
Yeah.
Just down the street.
It's over there.
Obviously, the target has, since I got hurt, the rehab program has been designed to get me back in time for WrestleMania. But I've had a little bit of good news that I might be a little bit ahead of schedule. But in saying that, it's not something that we can rush, and you don't really know until the day if you're feeling it on the day. So it's still at least another 6 to 8 weeks.
How's your arm?
It's feeling better, man, a lot better. But I gotta keep doing my rehab every day. I gotta keep drinking my milk. Eating my broccoli.
He seems to be twisting the arm of that Finn Balor.
This one's feeling a lot better than that one. Well, if I could pick someone from the past, it would be Shawn Michaels. But if I was to pick someone to fight in the future, I feel like that our whole careers we've kind of dodged each other and just kind of been in the wrong place at the wrong time. But maybe in the future somehow, if we were on the same brand, I would love to get in the ring with AJ Styles.
Yeah.
If you got to wrestle AJ, do you think there would be a mention of the previous history where he took over for you in another company? Or do you think they would bring that up? Or do you think they would just kind of like let it build off its own?
I'm sure some people would bring it up, but I'm not going to remind people.
Who does your makeup when you fight?
So that I have a team of makeup artists that help me. So it's not one particular person, and it changes all the time. So you might be able to tell that the style of paint is slightly different sometimes, and it's like slightly different shades or different kind of techniques that we use, and that's really down to the artist that we use. So it's always an interesting process getting to work with a new artist and getting their vision, and I'm excited about the possibility of maybe working with someone new in the future and creating a new demon.
I guess I have two parts to this question. I've been told that you're pretty close with Lance Hoyt, or you know Lance Hoyt pretty well.
Yep.
Do you think the WWE missed out with not picking him up after all this time?
I spent a lot of time in New Japan with Lance, and he's a tremendous competitor. I had a couple singles matches with him that I really enjoyed, but I don't know if it's as much as WWE missing out. It's more like New Japan's game to have such a standout talent available to them all the time. I know he's done incredible things at Noah in the last couple of years too, but never say never. And there's a lot of people that have turned up in WWE recently that a lot of people thought.
He was there at one point, right?
Yeah.
He was at one point.
Yeah, he's been done.
I know a couple people that's gone to New Japan that have worked with Lance.
Yeah. Well, I think now more so than ever, the door is wide open, and maybe even when I started 2 or 3 years ago, it wasn't like that. So I think now more than ever, there's an opportunity for people like Lance and other guys in Japan and on the independents to come back to WWE or make a first impression of WWE. So I think Lance would definitely be a good addition to the team.
Thank you. I guess I'm gonna. Yeah, if somebody just moves my
Thank you.
Where does your demon type of style come from?
The demon idea came in an insane moment in Japan where I was kind of just trying to change my image into making sure that nobody likes me anymore. And it really backfired. So the whole idea behind the demon was that when I was working as a good guy in Japan, people associate everything of that personality to be that person. And when I changed to be a heel or a bad guy, when I went down a bad path and I made some bad decisions and I turned into a bad guy for a while, I decided that I needed to take everything away from the fans that they associated with the good guy, Prince Devitt. And I had a couple ideas. One was to wear a mask and a bodysuit. The other one was to eat a lot of McDonald's and put on a lot of weight. And the third and last idea was to cover myself head to toe in paint. And the first idea was just black paint, just completely black paint. So I looked like a shadow on the ring, and people weren't quite sure if it's a shadow or a person, or if it's Tanahashi wrestling his own shadow, or is it like Prince Devitt. So that was kind of the basis of where the idea came from, and then over the last couple of years, it's kind of morphed into what you see now.
So if I had to pick an all-time 5-man Survivor Series team, it would be Ultimate Warrior, Sting, the Road Warriors, and you. What would your all-time 5-man Survivor Series team be?
Kevin Owens. Samoa Joe.
Oh.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
Do I have to be on the team? Or if I'm on the team, that's me, so one more. John Cena.
There's been a lot of talk recently about New Japan spreading out into the United States.
Yeah.
I'm asking you as a fan, not as a WWE employee, would you rather New Japan be an alternative to WWE in the United States, or they work together as like a kind of a regional, kind of like the NWA did, where they do talent exchanges, sort of like what they're doing with Ring of Honor, I guess. Basically, I'm just asking, do you want New Japan on the network? 'Cause
I think everyone wants New Japan on the network. I don't see why the network needs to be strictly WWE content. I don't see why we can't have independent pro wrestling or Japanese pro wrestling available to everyone on the network, and make it that much more easily accessible, and have New Japan pay-per-views live on the network. You know, cut out all this, all these middlemen, like, you know, small little live feed websites, and just put everything on the network. And as a fan, that's what I want. Obviously, as an employee of WWE, that's going to be a huge advantage to WWE. But I also know that there's a lot of red tape that's going to have to be kind of cut to make that happen. But as a fan, that's what I want to see, is to have everything on the network.
We got about 5 minutes left, so we can get through the questions.
I want to say I love your production side of the business. I love your demon entrances, and I wanted to ask you, what, especially in your NXT run, what was your favorite demon entrance you did?
I think the one we done in London as Finn the Ripper was one of my favorites. I'm not for anything in particular, except for one point where I didn't even have anything to do with it. It was all the cameramen and the production team. And after we done the reveal and the smoke got sucked out, as I was walking, whatever way they shot it, you could just see like the silhouette of the demon, and then all of a sudden the silhouette kind of steps out of the shadow, and you can see the whole thing, and the kind of the streets of London were in the background. That was like one of probably my favorite shots in all of my career. So that's one that stands out for me for sure. Yeah.
Hey Ben.
Hey man.
I was wondering, how did you come to decide the coup de grace to be your finishing maneuver?
Well, it's something that I've been using in Japan for a long time. It's kind of like a backup move. And when I came to WWE, there were a lot of people were saying that you need a finisher that you can do on everyone, and that certain moves that were in my arsenal, you know, I wouldn't be able to do to Big Show, is what I was told. So you need a finisher that you're able to do to Big Show, and that you're able to do to Rey Mysterio. So I thought, well, I got this backup foot stomp in the back pocket, so I'm gonna make that the main move.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hi.
I
I thought you were holding a baby.
It's fake Nick Jackson. And what's affected to Balor. Balor. I mean, it's pretty badass.
Can I bring that up here?
He's kind of attached to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, maybe we can sit you up here and you can ask the question over
I could say I've never seen this one work.
That's the first.
Hey Nick.
Here's my Halloween costume.
Hey Nick, good to see you, man.
He doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
But he's really excited.
Not like real life.
Yes, not. I wouldn't know. But,
Has he got his phone in his pocket tweeting right now?
I think he does.
Does he want to give me a too sweet maybe? That's silly.
What's your favorite Lego set you ever put together? I hope no one already asked it.
Did you come in late?
I did.
Well,
Someone already asked it.
was Nick causing trouble?
Move with them.
My favorite Lego set is an airplane.
Which one are you most looking forward to, like, new coming out?
I'm really, you know what I've kind of got a little bit of a taste for is the Lego train sets.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I want to build like, I've seen this video of someone put like a GoPro on a train set that they had like running all the way around the house and out into the yard and everything. And I kind of want to build one of them now.
I remember one too. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Sorry
Thank
for
you.
the repeat.
I think we can get through these three if we go rapid fire, so.
Okay,
right here.
how hard was it adapting to the WWE from New Japan?
It should have been a lot harder than it was. Obviously, there's big lifestyle changes that I had to make, like adapting to life in America as opposed to Japan. But thankfully, I had a lot of help from Matt Bloom and Terry Taylor and like kind of adjusting to, you know, not only the Performance Center and NXT, but kind of the WWE way or the WWE style of wrestling. So thankfully, the transition, thanks to those two gentlemen, was made a lot easier. Thank you.
My question is, what was it like not only winning a belt that meant you were the best in the universe, but winning a belt that meant you didn't have to change up your color scheme for it to go with whatever you wanted?
I didn't win a belt, I won a title.
Oh.
Any athlete will tell you the moment before you enter the arena, while you're in the tunnel, there's a lot of pressure. What's it like for you just before you enter that ramp? Like, what goes through your head?
I think actually that's kind of the most peaceful moment that you're gonna have, because like the hours leading up to the match, you're so kind of like focused and stressed on everything that could possibly go wrong, and what are you gonna do here and there, and you know, everything that could possibly happen in the match is going through your mind. And it's not until kind of those last final few seconds that you kind of have to really let go of everything that you think can happen and actually just let it happen. So really like the last like minute to 30 seconds right before you go out is probably the most calm you're ever going to be on a match day.
Who is your favorite WWE superstar of all time?
HBK, Shawn Michaels.
Okay, last question. There's a very, very little Finn Balor. Handing the mask off.
Hello.
So,
Hey, come on, bud.
Oh, he got nervous.
You want to come up and ask it?
You want to go up there and ask
Can
him?
you come up and ask? Okay.
At least not that.
Okay.
so,
What's your name?
Logan,
How old are you, Logan?
five.
Where are you from? You're from New Orleans?
Louisiana.
So, do you have a question you want to ask?
It's actually, how you want to be as a superstar when Seth Rollins thrown you to the barricade and been out chipping 2 days and go to the doctors.
So, Seth Rollins did throw me at the barricade at SummerSlam. I did get hurt. But as you can see, I can pick you up, so my shoulder's almost better. And hopefully, I'll be able to get Seth Rollins back at WrestleMania.
We finally just let it out.
That was the, wow. Thank you, Finn Balor, for being here. Wizard World New Orleans. Let's go check him out. Autographs, photo ops. Ladies and gentlemen, Finn Balor.